Hello, good morning, students. Welcome in today's class through online teaching. So, students, in today's class, we are going to study Act 2nd and Act 3rd of the play The Silver Box. In previous class, we have already studied all scenes of the Act First, all scene of the Act First of the play The Silver Box. In today's class, we will study Act 2nd and Act 3rd of the play The Silver Box. So let's start. The scene first of the Act 2nd opens on John's room in the Mathieu Street, London. Scene first of the Act 2nd opens in John's room in the Mathieu Street, London. The time is 2:30. The room has all signs of extreme poverty. We can guess that the man who is living in this room is very poor. On a bed there sleeps Jones. He is half dressed. His coat lies on his feet. The door opens and Mrs. Jones comes in. She opens her small pocket. It has half a loaf, 2 onions, three potatoes and a small piece of meat. She sits down on a chair and begins to weep. Mrs. Jones begins to weep on their poor condition. Jones wakes up. He asks her whether there is anything for dinner. She tells him that she is going to make some soup. She then tells him that the landlady may be coming for the house rent. John says that he will pay her rent. Just then the landlady comes in and asks for her rent. Jones gives her wife £1 and tells her to pay the rent. When the landlady is gone, Mrs. Jones asks him where he has got the money. He says, Jones replies that he has found it somewhere. He takes out the silken purse and tells her that it had £7 and some shillings. Mrs. Jones does not believe him. She shakes his coat. The cigarette silver box drops from his pocket. She is stunned to see it. She believes that he has stolen it from the house of Barthwick. She is filled with grief, and there is a quarrel about the box between them. John says that he took it under wine, but she does not believe him. Just then Robert Snow, the police detective, comes in. He takes the silver box in his possession. Then he arrests Mrs. Jones for stealing it. Just then Jones tells him that his wife is innocent and he himself took the silver box. But Robert Snow, the policeman, does not believe him. Jones tells him to release his wife. But policeman does not pay any heed to the warning. Jones deals Snow with a blow. Snow blows his whistle and another policeman comes in. Jones is overpowered by the two policemen and he was arrested. Thus the scene closes. Scene first closes. Second scene of the Act 2nd opens on in the dining room of the Barthwicks. The time is the same evening. Mr. Barthwick Mrs. Warthwick and Jack are seated for their afternoon tea. Mrs. Barthwick expresses her view that servants have come to believe that they have certain rights. They are also in a kind of association. Then she expresses the view that the people of the lower classes are liars and criminal in their hearts. Just then Marlowe, who is a servant of house, enters. He informs them that Detective Robert Snow wants to see him. He is brought in. Snow informs him that he has recovered the silver box from Mrs. Jones's house. He also says that he has arrested both Mrs. Jones and her husband. Then he says that according to the Jones version, Mr. Jack Warthig was drunk last night. He was helped to unlock the door by Jones. Then Mr. Jack brought Jones in and gave him whiskey to drink. Then in wine, Jones took the silver box. Hearing all this, Mrs. Barthwick and Jack get alarmed. They fear that Jack's snatching the lady's handbag may get into papers. So, Mr. Barthwick expresses his concern for the future of the Jones family and wants to know how the case can be dropped. But Snow says that it is not possible. Even if the charge of the theft of silver box is withdrawn, Jones will be protected for attacking a policeman on duty. In that case, the theft of the silver box will come up. Saying all that, Snow goes away. Mr. Barthwick, the member of parliament, is greatly disturbed. He sends his solicitor, Mr. Roper. The solicitor arrives. Hearing the case, he advises Jack Warthwick to say in the court that he was dead drunk that night and so he did not remember whether he brought Jones in or not. Thereafter, Roper goes away. Just then, the crying of a little child is heard. Marlowe tells Mrs. Barthwick that it is Mrs. Jones' little boy. He is weeping bitterly in the street and wants to know about his mother's whereabouts. Mr. Barthwick covers his ears with his hands. Mrs. Barthwick turns her back to the window and Marlowe shuts the window and the scene comes to an end. Now we will study Act 3rd of the play, The Silver Box. The scene opens after 8 days have passed. The day is Easter Wednesday week. The place is London Police Court. The time is about 1 o'clock. The first case is brought to the notice of the magistrate. A man called Livens wants that his 2 little girls should be sent to a home for orphans. His reason is that his wife has run away with another man and he himself is out of work. The magistrate reminds the little girl for a week. He also orders that they should be produced before him next week. The next case is that of Mrs. Jones and Jones. Mrs. Jones denies that she has stolen the silver box. On the other hand, Jones admits that he took it from Barthwick's dining room, but he says that he was brought into the room by Jack Barthwick. He says that he saw Jack Barthwick trying to unlock the door. So he moved forward and found that Jack was dead drunk. He helped Jack unlock the door. So Jack took him in and asked him to have a drink and a cigarette. Then, in drink, he took the silver box and put it into his pocket. The magistrate asks Jack to what he has to say. Jack says that he was too drunk to remember anything. Jones cross-examines him, but Jack's solicitor does not allow him to proceed any further. Jones cross-examines Jack, but his solicitor, Mr. Roper, does not allow him to proceed any further. Then the magistrate cross-examines Jones. He gets irritated. He says that he took the silver box out of spite. He also says that Jack snatched a lady's handbag. But the magistrate says that he has nothing on record about the lady's handbag. Finally, he gives out his judgment. He discharged Mrs. Jones, but he sentenced Mr. Jones for 1 month's imprisonment with hard labor. Jones is shocked to hear it. He asks the magistrate whether it is a justice. He says that Jack also got drunk and took the purse of a lady, but he goes scot-free as he is a rich man, whereas he is punished because he is a poor man and has no friends. When Jones is taken away, Mrs. Jones asks Mr. Barthwaite for her job, but he makes a sign of no and goes out. The play comes to an end. So students, the play clearly shows that the machinery of the law moves mercilessly, but it crushes mostly the poor and the helpless. The rich can turn its course with the help of money, lawyers. It means that the justice of the law court is not just. The principle of equality before the law is only on paper. In real life, the moneyed people are superior to and greater than the poor. The play also presents Galsworthy as a reformer. He wants reform in thinking of society, in the nature of the law and its enforcement. He shows that the law as it is plays the role of a mercilessly blame in the English society. He also shows that rich people considered the poor people probable thieves.